This is Tia Ballard.
This is Todd Habercorn.
This is David Vincent.
Hey, this is Sam Whitwer.
This is Phil Lamar.
And you are listening to the Points of Interest.
Points of Interest.
Points of Interest.
And you're listening to Points of Interest Podcast Network.
Keep listening.
Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
I hope Ginger's here to tell us which one of us is mute this time.
According to my sound bars, we should be good.
Okay, good.
Although I am coming in a little hot, apparently.
I did find it really funny that 2 weeks in a row, it was either me or it was you.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
It's a little weird. It's all good. Anyway, how's it going, man? How's your week been? Week. Yes.
Yeah, it's been okay. I have to let everybody know that after Francis and I spoke at great lengths about this, we will not be appearing at the America 250 concert.
Yeah.
You know, they invited us. They wanted us to be MCs, and we had to respectfully decline. Not even respectfully. We just said no. Well, I did. I won't speak for Francis because Francis didn't know I was going to throw this at him.
No, I mean, and I refused because they wouldn't let me use, because obviously the best MCs are named after tools. So I tried to go as MC Hackett Ranch. Nothing. Refused for whatever reason. They said hammer or nothing, and I'm like, well, I can't help you there. So,
well, you know,
I couldn't get in.
Too legit sadly. To quit. That I think it's kind of funny that of everybody that was announced and then decided to back out. The two that stick out in my brain was Vanilla Ice. He his reasoning for it is thin, but we'll let him go with it, I guess. And the other one was the dude from CNC Music Factory, which if you haven't seen his 10-minute rant, I highly suggest you go out and find it, because at the end of it, he throws a line at you that you knew the whole time, but then he just tells you, and it's great. I won't spoil it, but you should go out and watch it after this.
Okay. They should have really hired Milli Vanilli.
Well, okay. How do you... It seems that the name Milli Vanilli has moved on from two lip syncers onto a whole band, I guess.
Really? I didn't know that.
And Milli or Vanilli is a part of it as well. Because Milli Vanilli put out a statement. Now, I don't know how you do that when there's only one left. So...
Oh no! Really? One of either Milli or Vanilli are gone.
Yes. I don't. You know, not trying to speak bad of the dead, but I think Milli Vanilli is an IP, not a duo, or not an IP, but like a band, not a duo. I'm not sure because, I mean, was that even real? Like, when's the last time anybody even said the words Milli Vanilli together at the same time in the last 30 years?
I'm sure somebody has.
I mean, like, after they got caught lip syncing, I mean, I thought that was done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do?
I mean, nostalgia is a real thing. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Especially 90s nostalgia right now is a big thing.
Yes.
I think I heard a cool perspective, and I have to agree with it.
What is that?
It's the last decade that we all experienced entertainment together.
Oh.
The examples given. I have to look at my notes. Stand by. Music videos were on Fridays. Everybody that was going to see the thing, you all saw it, dink, dink, air quotes, together.
Yes.
Records came out on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, something like that. I think it was Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. Yep. And then they moved to Thursdays. Yeah.
So everybody went and experienced music on the same day together.
Right.
Dink, dink.
Right.
Then I wrote down Letterman was on at 10.
Yes.
So it was the last decade of water cooler talk.
So yeah, right.
Because since then, media is more fractured than it ever has been. And
yeah,
something comes out. What just came out? Something just came out on Prime. The Spider Noir just came out.
Noir, yeah.
And they dumped all 8, 10, 4, whatever number of episodes it was. They dumped them all at the same time. And people go out there and they binge the whole thing. And there's people out there that still want to just, I'll watch one this week. Maybe I'll watch one next week. I got other things I want to do. So nobody's experiencing media the same way anymore.
Yeah, true.
So it's the last decade that, we all did things together. Because after that, I mean, the internet got bigger. Pirating, downloading, Napster, LimeWire, all that stuff started breaking media up, really, if you think about it.
I love that you're going to I mean, sort of. I
know
Napster,
mostly, that was more 2000, I know, but with the decade changing, the century changing, I mean, it changed how we view media. You like how I'm doing what now?
No, I just like that you're using what do you call it? Services that stole music, right? Like stuff like that, as because not everyone did that. The vast majority of people.
Not everybody did, but things were changing. Things started to change.
I guess so.
I mean,
yeah, I guess.
Even up through the mid 2000s, TV series were still 22 episodes, 24 episodes. It wasn't in till the mid 2010s where they were like, wait a second, the rest of the world has it right. We're going to do 8 episodes for the season, 10 episodes.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like the UK usually does 6 or 7 episodes, sometimes 10 per season, sometimes 3 episodes a season, right? So there's big gaps and leaves you wanting. At least with American TV, you got your 24 episodes. You knew you weren't getting anything in the summer, and then when winter comes back, my shows are back, my stories are back. I get to see more. You get a resolution. You now know you find out who killed the JR. You now know.
Right.
You get to know those.
You find out that horned rim glasses is Claire's dad. Well, you find that out. I guess you find that out in the second, third episode, whatever. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I just made a reference that fucking barely anybody but you and me understand anymore.
That's okay, but that's the point, though. It's we made it in a way that got people hooked. So much so that our seasons are hundreds of episodes long, versus and we did it, of course, because of syndication. 100 episodes means you're syndicated, means you're on cable, means you get to get syndication. And I only know this because of the show Fringe, who fought to get 100 episodes in because they only lasted 4 seasons, and they needed a 5th one. And it was the 5th one was only 13 episodes or 16 episodes or something like that, just enough to get them right at syndication. So, that's how it works. And I guess that's why the what was it, the Terminator stories, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Yeah.
I guess that's why you don't ever see it, because it didn't hit 100 episodes.
Right. I think until streaming came along, of course, and then streaming changed.
Yeah, but that you can't find it on there either. You just gotta buy the physical media if you want to watch that show again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was available for a little while on like one of the iterations of HBO.
Right.
Or
Wow, that's
Prime or something like
great.
that, but it's been a long time. I would really like to watch that show again, actually, speaking of nostalgia.
Yeah, you're right. Now, but if you have Prime or Apple TV, you get your Sarah Connor Chronicle.
Yeah, for purchase.
No. If you have, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to buy it. You can't just stream it. Wow, you're right. Oh, dude.
See, and I think it's only like $35 on Amazon.
Yeah, it's $25 a season.
I think the whole series is $35 on Amazon, like to purchase the physical
Might as well
media.
buy it.
Yeah.
Might as well buy it.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I, as an obsessed viewer of Law and Order,
Dun dun.
they only have like season 20 and above. The first ones with the only actor that I care about, who played Lenny Briscoe, the only guy I care about because he was the funniest of all the detectives. He was the best. They don't have his seasons available to stream or to buy. I have to buy it. I have to buy like the box set of 1 through whatever for $100 and something. I'm like, no way, dude. I'm not gonna do that.
Did it go through a network change or
No, NBC. It's all NBC.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah.
And it's not available on the cock?
No. They only have the latest seasons, and
That's
I think like
crazy.
season 1 and 2, and then the Lenny Briscoe seasons, non-existent.
Well, there
really
is this
too bad.
place called the Bay
Well, yeah, sure.
or other
I could go on
Internet
the high
Archive
seas,
it, maybe even.
but yeah.
I never figured out how to torrent things. It was above my pay grade or something.
It's surprisingly easy.
That's what everybody told me. But then when I try to find things and be like, okay, I
We'll
can
talk
find
afterwards. We'll talk afterwards.
Okay. So yeah, that was the 90s stuff. And
Oh, really? That was
well, not all of it. I mean, I guess we can keep going, but I just
No, you can move on.
like I said, I mean, it's just the last decade where we all experienced things together. We all went to movies together. The examples I gave before, some, I can remember some albums coming out and rushing to go get them. Whether I knew all the songs on it were good or not, it didn't matter. It came out on this day, I'm going to get it.
I like that singles were still on a gigantic CD. Like if you wanted just a single song, you still had to get it on a giant CD. And sometimes they added like a second track, like a B-side for whatever reason. They just added like or like a different version, acoustic version of the track. They'll put added onto that
Right.
single.
I mean, what was it? Metallica? They put out a VHS tape of the music video for the song One, but it's got like 3 different versions on it. It's got the original extended version. It's got the MTV shortened version, and then it's got like some other, made for TV version or something.
Right.
But it doesn't have anything else. It's just 3 different versions of the same song for $35.
Yeah.
Whatever it was at Suncoast back in the day.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Metallica, actually, I saw prices for their Sphere tickets.
Oh, but it's a Sphere.
I understand that,
Sphere's gonna
but
be
Jesus, $100 is, I can understand paying to see Metallica. $500 to $600 to see something in a fucking no.
Yeah.
You know what? I can find a VCR, hook it up to the TV, sit 2 inches from it, and get the same experience.
Look, as a person who spent equal that amount of money for a band that's not even American, I get you.
I just I don't poo-poo on anybody that would spend that amount of money for a Sphere ticket to Metallica or anything else.
Right.
That's pricey for me.
It is
for a concert.
Well,
like it's not like you get to hang out on the stage with the person, or you pick up an instrument and play with your $500 just because it's in a venue. That's unique.
Well, yeah.
Well, how are they supposed to pay for it otherwise, right?
Well, also, it's just there's more and more articles about how we're getting priced out of just regular life nowadays. You know, everything's super expensive. Computers are expensive. Movies are sort of expensive. Like life is expensive. Things are we're getting priced out of a regular life, you know,
where you go look at receipts from the 90s. $20 got you a long way.
Again, I mean, a Whopper was 99 cents in 1996. So, you know,
a conversation came up recently about Taco Bell and how much money somebody spent at Taco Bell and they were still hungry. And I said, well, how much did you spend? And they got a meal. And their meals are like $10. Yes. Man, mid 90s, $10 was too much money at Taco Bell. That was too much food. A double decker was $1.99, something like that.
Yes.
You know, tacos were 69 cents, 59 cents, whatever it was. You know, you go in there with $10, you could feed a whole damn family with $10 in the mid 90s at Taco Bell.
True.
You don't have gas, but you know,
yeah,
it's just, and yeah, I mean that our parents probably would say the same thing about, you know, how they grew up. I mean, it's just, that's how it goes, right? But it's just crazy that, yeah, things are getting priced out. Even we'll get into the convention stuff here in a second, but like meeting celebrities it's too expensive to, what's the right word?
Too damn high.
It's the price per minute of interaction doesn't line up for me. Like there's people I'd love to meet, but I want to meet them. I don't want to get ushered away after you're done signing something.
Right.
But time is valuable. Everybody's time is valuable. I understand that, but
it is. But also, like we looked at the list last week, and I was like, oh, it's only like $100 and some for Jamie Kennedy, and it's like $400 for whoever, I forget who else was there. Yeah, this is why I don't care about celebrity. I don't care about celebrity anything. It's like the people who take pictures with celebrities, I'm like, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's bragging rights because you get to see a celebrity, right? Like, it's not like I didn't post my pictures with the doctors or with LeVar Burton or with like anyone I met at Great Philly. Like I did, I took pictures and posted with Nick Frost and you know, Rose Ivor and all that stuff. Like Rose McIver. So I've taken. I get it, but man, yeah, I wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah, that's that's the difference. But you went and did some things, Francis. Before we get into all that, you did some stuff this past week.
I did. While you were,
I want to drink something. So,
oh, and I should get my drink, but and I'll talk off to the side. Yeah, while you were gallivanting around Denver's FanExpo, I went and saw the #1 movie in America this week, which is Backrooms. Right? I think Backrooms was like #1, which this is going to be funny to me because I believe the box office for Backrooms beat day one sales for the Backrooms beat Mandalorian and Grogu's day one or first weekend box office. They made 118 million globally, and I think they made Mandalorian and Grogu made like 80 million. Anyway, beside the point. I'm not a horror guy. Hate horror. Not a big horror fan. But I followed the rooms forever. For the Backrooms forever. I know this Kane Parsons guy, the 20-year-old director this year 20-year-old. He was like 19 or 18 when he directed this movie.
Hmm.
But the 20-year-old director, Kane Parsons, and creator of his own lore of the Backrooms. Big fan of his work on YouTube. If you want to see something kind of creepy, you will go watch his stuff. It's very good. But this movie was great. Loved it. I would highly recommend it. Not a lot of like one gore scene and like a few jump scares. So if you like more spooky horror versus like gore porn horror, go watch The Backrooms. Maybe you'll be lucky. You'll go to a theater where they freaking put painter's tape, just like in the movie, around the walls of the theater because it's really funny. So did that on Friday. Just wanted to recommend that movie because I think it's really good. I really enjoyed it. The actors were great. They got real actors. They got Chiwetel Ejiofor as an actor in there. So, just to give you an idea of the caliber of actor in that movie. And then on Saturday, I don't know how many, very few people will care about this because I think I'm the only one in my entire friend group and et cetera, because this is a young person's game. But I went to the second anniversary of the Wuthering Waves video game. They had a second anniversary event in Los Angeles that I went to. And they showed the ones in Japan and other countries, and it was like we were slumming it. We were in the ghetto version of the ones that they were doing in Japan, in Korea.
Sure.
And,
That makes, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Asian Town in LA like quite vast? Not vast. That's the wrong word. Prolific?
Yes, I guess so. I think I get what you mean. Like it's like our little Tokyo is pretty popular. If we do pop-up stores there, there's gonna be a freaking Square Enix cafe, which is only in Japan. They're having one in LA because LA gets everything.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There's a tour of this game. So this game has a concert tour coming up at the end of the year. And they're like, we're doing a world tour. We're going to Singapore, Japan, Korea, China, and LA.
Well,
You're going to all the Asian countries and LA, which apparently represents all of the United States.
Well,
Anyway.
if it's in Little Tokyo, which I know then yeah, sure. Why not?
But mind you, this event wasn't in Little Tokyo. It was in like this weird area of LA. But either way, it was a good time in the sense of it had a concert, it had like events and stuff like that. But boy, oh boy, if you are into this game and you see the celebration events in other countries, they did it right in other countries, and they kind of did us over because A, they didn't have seats, and B, they didn't have seats. So I was very upset because I couldn't sit down. But then Josh came up with a brilliant idea of a collapsible chair, and I am the happiest man in the world now that I know a collapsible chair exists. So there you go. That was my weekend. I really enjoyed it. It's no meeting celebrity or comic book artists and celebrities at a convention, which you went to.
Yes.
But, pretty close because I got like pseudo celebrities.
Well, they're celebrities in their own right. Yes.
Exactly, I guess.
I was at FanExpo Denver this past weekend. A Thursday to Sunday show. Keep that in mind for later in the conversation.
Quick question though.
Yes.
Why Thursday?
There are 4-day shows.
Yeah, but it's not like okay. Okay.
Just keep it in mind. Just keep it in mind.
All right.
So I arrive. I go under a press media badge, and because I'm moderating again this year, or got to moderate again this year, I was picking up a staff badge as well, which was really cool. I wish that I found out that the staff badge included access to lunch or food and refreshments. I wish I had known that before. That's just me.
Didn't it?
That's just me not asking questions, being my shy self instead of being like, so where's all the free food at? But I got sprang a moderating duty on the Thursday. It came kind of late in the day, so I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for it. After getting there and making myself familiar with the layout of the joint, ran into one of my artist buddies Garrett Gunn, just dropping names, I guess. And speaking with him and told him that he asked if I was moderating this year. I said, yes, I have one in just a couple hours. And I don't know who the artists are. I tell him who the artists were, and he didn't know who they were either, even though they were in the same line of artists, like in Artist Alley. But in the conversation, another artist name came up that said that he might be replacing somebody, and it eased my nerves that I didn't really have any of, because I've already spoken to this artist a number of times. Like, we have a rapport already. So, I go down to the panel room and get set up, and here comes Mel Milton is the artist's name. The guy I have a rapport with. We've spoken a few times. He's gotten emotional in some of the panels that we've been in. And he recognized me, which, warmed my cockles, just because, like, I still don't understand why any of these people recognize me anywhere we go. Because I don't think I'm that memorable. Because, self-loathing or whatever. I don't know. Self-deprecating, whatever. But he recognizes me and asks me how I've been and this, and I'm like, wow, it's a real connection. It went great, the panel, just because, again, we already know each other, and the other artists showed up kind of late. So it was kind of, it kind of broke the nerves a little bit, instead of like the pressure of me trying to come up with how to introduce these guys that I don't know. The one guy shows up that I do know, so I can introduce him, and the other guy shows up late. So I'm just like, yeah, introduce yourself. Because I don't know, of the three people that were supposed to be here, I don't know which one you are besides the guy I know. So yes, please. Ran into, friends of the show and friends and just in life. Nikki Rapp, the voice actress from The Sims and the Telltale Walking Dead games, Psychonauts. If you played any of those, that's where I don't know her from that. I just know her because she's part of the circuit, and I asked her if she'd do an interview like 10 years ago, and we connected, and we've been friends since, apparently. Great to run into her and her partner, AJ, great artist. My girlfriend couldn't make it, / photographer couldn't make it because travel of other things that she had to do, which was kind of a bummer. It's always nice to experience conventions with somebody. And you tend to stop at more booths, like vendor booths, when you have somebody with you.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, I need to take pictures. Oh, I need to go talk to this person. I want to go try and talk to this person. Instead of being so focused, or at least trying to be focused, and then not talking myself out of it on the way there. It's nice to have someone there to, slow down. Let's look at these knickknacks. Like, oh, you're right. Made friendly with some vendors over the whole weekend, just chit chatting with people.
Nice.
I really, really wanted to wear, I recently bought a luchador mask. The mask of.
Is that your cosplay?
Not as a cosplay. I just wanted to wear the mask. And I really wanted to do it, but I'm like, I'm like Velma now. If I don't have my glasses, I really can't fucking see.
Yeah.
So I decided not to, but I think, and I was disappointed with myself in the end that I didn't do it. So I think next year I'm wearing my luchador mask at least one day, because I want to be in people's pictures too.
Sure.
Instead of me taking them all. Great, awesome cosplay this year. I'm on two sides of a coin when it comes to cosplay. I love seeing people do their cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm so much of a fan of cosplay guests. Like, is cosplay? Maybe I'm just dumb or ignorant to the popularity of quote unquote dink dink professional professional cosplayer.
Yeah.
Like, are they really that popular that they need a whole section?
Okay, well, if they're female, they most likely have an OnlyFans anyway, so they have a particular clientele usually.
Okay.
I have yet to see a male have their own cosplay booth. It's usually just women. And if you see how the women dress in cosplay at these conventions, they normally pick the cosplay that shows off the most or is wearing the least. So, I think it's professional cosplayers are essentially, and I'm bring the emails. I don't care. It's essentially softcore porn for female cosplayers, which I'm not opposed to. As a matter of fact, I welcome it because they're nice to look at. But also, that's what makes them professional. The kind of ones that I really enjoy are the ones who really put effort and time and like make a convincing and cool costume. My favorite cosplayer of all time is the guy who came out in back in Infinity War or something. It might have even been Age of Ultron, where he came out in a Hulkbuster, Hulkbuster Iron Man suit that he made out of cardboard all by himself.
That's awesome.
That lit up. Yeah, that lit up. That like smoke came out. I'm like, that is that I would love to talk to this guy and see, like, that's the kind of cosplayer. That's a professional cosplayer. That's the professional, not, Booming McBoob over here.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of luck meeting cosplayers, like the quote unquote professional cosplayers.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just jelly or hating, but it seems like to me better space for something else, but neither here or there.
I think they make money. That's the thing. They make money.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah. The layout this year was really cool. I really liked it. They had all the smaller panels and comic book type panels and fan meetups or the arcade, the Japanese arcade, whatever. They all had that downstairs. Well, this makes no sense to anybody that's never been in the Colorado Convention Center. It's a multi-story convention center.
Yes.
So in the ground floor or the garden level, they had the meetups, the comic book panels, the sketch duels, like I said, fan meetups, that type of stuff was all downstairs. Then when you got, there's like 4 levels. So under the garden level, let's call it the basement, they put the food court in the basement.
They put the food court in the basement?
Yeah. Well, it's not really the basement, but for lack of a better term, yes.
No. But like when I went, the basement was Legos. Oh no,
okay.
that was it. No, it was in.
No,
was
it
that,
was.
Or was that?
It was Kerbal Space.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're familiar. You remember that. So that area, there's a big ballroom, to one side of that space. They opened the ballroom up for the food court.
Oh.
So they had in the food court, there was like 4 or 5 things outside in that area where Kerbal Space was. They had a few vendors there, food vendors. And then in that ballroom, they had a number of vendors in there. Everything was basically $9.50. It didn't matter what it was. Looking at some of the fans talking on Facebook, mixed reactions. But if you're the thing is, if you're gonna eat food at the convention center, be prepared to spend money.
Yeah,
you can bring your own food. So there's no reason you have. I mean, if you're desperate, you have to, or you didn't prepare, you have to be prepared to spend money.
I'm surprised that people aren't fully aware that they inflate prices at conventions for food, specifically food, because everyone needs to eat.
Right.
So unless it's even in San Diego, right? Where you have the outside restaurants to choose from. They all inflated their prices.
For sure,
accommodate for San Diego.
I think I paid for one of our afternoon PMUs for the three of us, and it was like, 1.5 times more than what it should have been for what we got.
Sure,
because we got it inside one of the hotels. Instead of like going down the street to an actual Starbucks, we went there because it was convenient. So I mean, I get it, and I was prepared. So like when I walked into the food court, I was like, all right, let's, is it going to be exactly worth what I'm paying? Probably not, but I'm hungry, so we got to eat.
You gonna eat?
The layout, though, I was saying the layout was really cool. Like I said, the panel rooms, the food court, the main convention hall was the main floor, and they opened most. I think it was, how convention floors are. They're like sectioned off with those like fake walls. I think,
yeah.
I think the whole floor was open, so both sides were open for this one, which is nice.
Okay.
So it gives it a feeling of being spread out, but without fluff, without dead space. But it also gives you like room to move. It's a fine line, I guess. The celebrities that were there killed it this weekend. Well, not all of them. I can't speak for all the celebrities, although I heard a lot of great things from a lot of people, a few negative things about some, but that's going to happen everywhere and anywhere you go.
Oh yeah, sure.
But to me, the stars of the show this weekend were the two guys from Reno 911. I have their names written down. Thomas Lennon, he played Lieutenant Jim Dangle on the show, and Cedric Yarbrough, whatever. They both dressed up as their characters from Reno 911, and especially the Thomas Lennon, he was just acting a fool the whole weekend, just interacting. Like people were doing little video snippets with him and doing different poses, and just he was dancing around, having a blast. Both of those guys. I saw, like I said, the Lennon, the Lieutenant Dangle. I saw him a bit more active, and having fun more than the other guy. The other guy's having a blast as well. Just maybe it was the short shorts, distracting me and making me stare at him more. I don't know, but he was having a blast. And did I spend the entire weekend in the celebrity area critiquing everybody as they interacted with people? No. But it was because he was in front of his booth the whole weekend, is why I noticed it. Same with our friend, Veronica Taylor. Although I didn't get a chance to talk to her this year. The last time she was in Denver, when I say this, it's not disrespecting to anybody, but the last time I spoke to her at FanEx Denver, she didn't have a real celebrity booth. She just had like a booth, Veronica Taylor. And I was just able to walk right up to her and chit chat like you and I have a number of times.
Yes.
This year she had a real celebrity booth.
That's nice. I'm glad.
And it warmed my heart because she's so awesome. But I was like, oh, but I want to say hi. And I don't want to wait in, an hour and a half long line to say hi,
So good. I'm so glad to hear that. 'Cause she's deserving. Because if I recall, we were at I don't know. Again, it was 10 years ago, but we were at a convention, which it's so funny. 10 years later, she's more relevant than ever, apparently. Mm-hmm. But it was her and her daughter. No one was in her line. You just go up. We talked to her for a few minutes. No one was bothering her. And then people would come up, right? But it was fine.
It was it was like walking up to an artist alley.
Yeah.
That's just, or like just just like someone in artist alley. And that was cool. I cherish those times that we get to talk to anybody in any form of celebrity in that casual type of way. I love that. But I try to stay in her eyesight. It has been a few years since I've seen her. 2 years, I think. I don't expect her, and that's the other thing. I don't expect her to be like, hang on, all these paying people. I'm going to go talk to this guy that hasn't, paid for anything that I'm just friendly with, So it would have been cool to talk to her, but chance wasn't there. I'm a big Pauly Shore fan. He was there. And this is what leads me to what I was talking about before about like paying to meet people.
Yes.
I would love to meet Pauly Shore, but I don't want to spend the amount of money regardless of what the cost is. And I'm not saying anything is inflated or overinflated, whatever. It's tough for me to spend the money to justify the amount of time and interaction.
Because the longest amount of time you'll spend with them is especially if they have a line, is like 10 seconds, because they want to move the line along. Mm-hmm. They want to get paid by the other people who want to pay them,
They don't have, I mean, they may want to engage, but they don't have the time to engage. Frank Welker, the voice of Megatron and 8 billion other things. I really want to meet him, but I can't justify, excuse me, I got the hiccups, justify the amount of money per time spent.
Yeah.
If there's some way to, meet him in the green room, that would be my preferred interaction,
But by the time they get to the green room, they don't want to be disturbed anymore.
But you understand what I'm saying. Like, just in a more casual type of setting is how I'd prefer to meet my heroes. Dink dink. But to meet the stars of your fandom is awesome. And not poo-pooing on anybody that did spend the money to meet the people. It's just hard for me to justify it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Very logical, very very well thought out.
Looking at my list of stuff here. As I think overall just a really successful weekend. I brought stuff to record audio, but FanX really looks down on what we call gorilla podding. Just on the spot, here's a microphone, hold it, let's talk. They frown upon that. Especially mostly for the celebrities, obviously.
Sure.
But then I was just a little gun shy to then I brought my lavaliers.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And also not having anybody to hold a camera unless I was going to ask a handler or something like that. But then we're starting to get into weird logistics there.
Yeah.
So I didn't have my camera person with me. Had I, it would have been easier I would have had an easier time saying yes to myself. Like, yes, let's do this. Even though I probably would have ended up having people hold the lavaliers because,
You're one of them. You're one of them now.
That was the other thing. I'm like, man, even if I do this, I'm going to have them hold this. And that hurts my heart, even just saying that. That could be a reality.
It should work on the lapel. I don't,
Well, yes. Yeah. But then, it's just like, hey, make sure it's clipped on right and it doesn't fall. And, it does have a magnet. And if you do use the magnet, don't lose the magnet because I need that back. And yeah. So I think next year or whatever next con I go to, especially if I have somebody with me, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable to be that person in front of the camera and welcome, like we did in San Diego one time where it's like, hey, welcome to San Diego Comic-Con, and our opening shot and all that sort of stuff. Each year FanExpo I think it gets better. They start. I'm sure every city they go to has its nuances. Philadelphia was happening at the same time as Denver. And from what my contact was telling me, Denver runs incredibly smoothly compared to other shows, and especially compared to Philadelphia this past weekend. Apparently, it was just a forest fire of issues. He said that he was dealing more with Philadelphia in Denver than he was dealing with Denver in Denver.
Wow. Okay.
So we run a pretty good show here, apparently. I mean, it is FanX that's running it, but as far as like the people that they want to be here, I think being in May helps.
It does.
This
Not too hot, not too cold. So yeah, you got
this
good
show.
temps.
Well, hold that thought for a second. This show does typically run in July, but in its 14-year history, if you guys go and look at my Facebook or Instagram, I just posted a picture of every badge that I've obtained or been granted over the 14 years. And there are dates in July. There are dates in June. There are dates in May. With that said, next year's show, 2027, is going to run July 4th weekend.
Oh.
Saturday to Monday. Or Friday.
Right,
Friday to Monday. Friday to Monday or Saturday?
No, because July 4th this year is on Saturday, so I'm sure it's Monday then.
Yeah, it runs. It's a 4-day show. It runs to Monday.
Okay.
So that's still Friday, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. Again, in the years, it's jumped around. They have had shows. 2015, it ran the last part of the month, and it ran. I think it was a Friday to Monday show, and it was kind of cool in the moderators chat, group chat thing. I was able to provide that information, which was kind of nice. Like, well, in one of the iterations of this show that is now FanX, it ran in 2015. Great turnout because it was, I think it was a holiday weekend. Maybe it was Memorial Day weekend, I guess. But great turnout. And it was weird being at a convention on a Monday. It felt weird. It felt fun, though. Like,
I mean, yeah.
We should all be at work right now.
Your July 4th weekend next year, then you're competing with Anime Expo, because Anime Expo is usually on July 4th weekend, so you'll be competing with them.
They had a lot of voice actors here this year. A lot of anime. I mean, I guess Pokemon is
not next year.
Anime. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Is that that's probably not going to be the case next year. But they had Matthew Wood. He was here for the Clone Wars. Sam Witwer. As I mentioned before, Nikki Rapp, although she didn't have a professional booth, but she was there as a voice actress. Veronica Taylor, the original Goku, not Sean Schimmel, but apparently somebody else.
Okay.
A whole bunch of anime voice actors. I don't know. I don't even know their names.
Yeah.
I saw Corey Feldman. That was cool.
He was a guest, right?
Yes, he was a guest. It was. I mean, I'm not like a diehard Feldman fan or anything like that, but he was an actor from the youth of my days, and I'm like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
The Hobbits. The Hobbits. I don't know their names. Orlando Bloom was one of them. Served breakfast to, I think, the VIPs. I think it was the ultimate badge pass holders of the VIP. I'm not sure what it was.
It was a separate ticket.
Oh, okay. Well, they all came in and served breakfast to people and very casual interactions. I saw one of the guys like made an attendee like a croissant sandwich, and then like was inches away from the person's face as she took a bite, as he stared into her soul. Like, do you like it? That would have been. I mean, I'm not clearly. I'm not a Hobbit,
Lord of the Rings fan.
Lord of the Rings, fan. I mean, it's cool, whatever, but not an ultra fan. But I think it still would have been fun. I like those again. I like those more casual, even though it's a paid thing. I like those more casual interactions. Maybe, and it's probably because we got spoiled for 4 years. That's probably why.
Even then, it wasn't casual interactions. We were their moderators, and then we kind of hang out with them afterwards. But like, it wasn't like.
But I mean, like all those after parties. That was every interaction I had with a quote unquote celebrity was at that after party.
Yeah.
Or it was the following morning while waiting for transport to the convention.
Yeah.
And that's when that wrestler walked up to me and introduced himself like I was important. While we were flirting with the girl from The Flash or whatever show that was that she was on.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I know who you are, buddy. I watched you on TV. Why are you introducing yourself to me, though? That's weird.
What I loved about Great Philly, since we're reminiscing a little bit about it, is that it really punched above its weight class. Like, it had no reason to have the kind of celebrities it did.
No.
It had no right to have, like, actual, real, like... Because it was a small podunk town convention.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows where Oaks, Pennsylvania is.
Right.
It's like near nothing. It's near nothing.
And the next nearest thing people recognize when you tell them Oaks is King of Prussia. And even then, unless you're from the area, you don't know where that is.
Exactly. And it's like, it's so crazy that they got who they got for that convention and people came out. I mean, I don't know how attendance was. I don't know what the numbers ever were for that place, but it never felt super crowded, right? Like even panels weren't super crowded.
No. But I think, everybody had a reserve and Guy just paid everybody's reserves.
Yeah.
So they had no reason not to be there, not to be there.
That's my point.
Their reserves were paid. So.
Yeah. I mean, to get, like, I know they're not super big celebrities, but like the guys from Doctor Who and Game of Thrones were there. And I'm like, you had to fly them out from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not like in the US. You had to do international flights for these people. I had to talk to I got to talk to Draco Malfoy, from Harry Potter. Yeah, just fly him out from. Oh no, not Draco Malfoy. Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones, who everyone hates, right? They flew him in. They just flew him in. And it's like, geez, Louise, I mean, this is not a big enough convention to be doing.
We talked about it a few weeks ago, but this Philly show that we're talking about had the first public appearance of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right. Yes. The voice actor cast,
voice actor,
the entire voice actor cast of Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that had been out for a while already by the time they came there.
But
it was their first convention ever.
Yeah, they had never. Speaking of, and then the guy, I don't remember the name of the movie, Galaxy Quest. The big smiley guy. I can't think of what the actor's name is. That was his first convention, and that movie was already almost 20 years old. I can't think of the actor's name at all. It's completely drawn a blank on me. But no, I think if it was Tim Allen, that would have been awesome because I would have brought tools with me and I would have turned it into his old stand-up routine, and it would have been awesome. He's one of the most successful cocaine dealers TV's ever seen.
Yeah.
David Duchovny, I caught a glimpse of him. I mean, looking good. Gillian Anderson, it took me a second, but I was like, oh, yep, that's Gillian Anderson, because I still see her as Scully. She'll always be Scully. When she's not redheaded, I don't know who she is, you know?
She's blonde now, isn't she?
I think her natural hair is blonde, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've seen her as a blonde more than I've seen her as Scully, I think, at this point.
Sure.
But, you know, then, I mean, there's a fan group on Facebook, which should already tell you that it's a dumpster fire. But people just complain on there. It is crazy about things that are very common at every convention.
Lines. Oh my God, there's lines everywhere.
Yeah, lines,
Convention.
inconsistencies with information. I mean, that happens at every show. Because some people pay attention and some don't. They're just there.
I don't.
I'm saying like the people that come in, the volunteers or whatnot. I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, but you know, there's some people that don't have any information and they're not willing to find it for you or anything. They're some people are kind of snappy. We're all adults. If you're going to come to anything that has more than 10 people inside of it, have some kind of direction to where you're going. And if you don't have direction, which is totally fine at all, if you find something that catches your eye while you're randomly walking, pull off the road, if you will. Don't stop in the middle of the street to look at something over someone's shoulder. Just push in and look. The amount of it's funny that people complain about like stanchions at like the airport. Why is this like accordion thing and there's nobody here? It's because if people aren't shown how to walk in a straight line in some sort of fashion, they won't.
Yeah.
And we've talked about having malls as convention spaces. I think it would work just for because you can widen things out more.
You could. You have more spaces. You have, if it's abandoned, you can at least use storefronts as like spaces for artists or for whatever. Like you can group them up a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent. I think now that Swiss says stop being abruptly in the road is how Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell met Richard Grieco, though. Is that a Night at the Roxbury reference?
Probably. I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable, I suppose. Yeah, right. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but I would say for the most part, for the weekend, I had no direction of travel. Mm-hmm. You know, there was times like, oh, I want to go find so-and-so, or it looks like these people have Transformers. Let's go look at that booth over there. But the rest of the time, I was walking around and looking at stuff. Something caught my eye. Yep, get out of the way. You answer your phone, you got a text, get out of the way. It's just...
You should have had Ludacris with you.
Points!
Nice.
Nice. How many people are going to get that? I don't think anyone's going to get that. But anyway, moving on.
I like that. That warmed my cockles. Yeah, overall, I think it's great. And next year being Friday to Sunday or Friday to Monday over 4th of July weekend. So I can see some difficulties already.
Yeah.
And as you're telling me, it's fighting with Anime Expo at the same time. So the likelihood of getting many to any voice actors is going to be, or anime voice actors is going to be kind of slim.
Yeah.
It's 4th of July weekend. So there's a lot of camping, a lot of out of towning that happens. There's a lot of drinking on your front porch or driveways. I don't know what alcoholics do. And there's, people that got to blow up their hands on the 4th of July.
True. That's true.
that start at 4 in the afternoon. You can't see the fireworks you're lighting off, but you're doing it anyway. So I see some difficulties, but at the same time, there's a lot of businesses that are going to be off on that Monday to observe the 4th because it is on Saturday.
Oh no, next year, yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, it's on Sunday next year. So there's going to be a ton of businesses off on Monday. So the likelihood of the attendance being good, high, I think it's still going to be there. I think Sunday, the 4th, there's going to be a dramatic cutoff. Probably, the last third of the day as people go to the baseball games, as they go to their 4th of July parties and whatnot. I think there's going to be an abrupt drop off. Mm-hmm. But like I said before, it's run the same dates, not the same dates, same days in the past. And it turned out fine. It wasn't on 4th of July weekend. We'll give it that. But I mean, what are your thoughts, Francis? Would you go to a convention over 4th of July weekend?
I'm going to Anime Expo this 4th of July weekend. I'm going on the July 4th. It's a Saturday. So I will be at Anime Expo on 4th of July this year. The only difference is that, again, because it's Anime Expo, it's a lot of Japanese-centric people, so they don't necessarily focus on 4th of July anyway. It's a lot of weebs, right? It's a lot of people who are like, buy my manga, or draw me so-and-so. Like, that's all they care about, right?
I need this booby body pillow.
Yeah, or the mouse or the mouse pad where the boobs are like where you rest your wrist.
Yes.
So like, I will
never get invited to an anime anything ever. the way we talk about it.
Well, we talk with reverence to the Anime Expo because it is, this is what we're just thinking.
I love the Anime Expos or the anime conventions for the voice actor availability.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not there to talk to them about Hunter x Hunter or fucking, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the titles of animes are. I'm not there to talk.
They're just getting longer. They're getting longer and longer.
I'm there to talk to them about voice acting, about, the craft of it. And anime conventions, they're so much more accessible.
They can be, yeah. And they're not as expensive as like celebrities at regular conventions.
It's, in my experience, it's been a lot easier to obtain interviews at anime conventions.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying guerrilla style. I'm talking through correct channels. Mm-hmm. It's so much easier at anime shows. But yeah, they're fun. It's tough for me on the photography side of things to go to an anime convention and get any good content because the age limit is so much lower at here. I can't speak at all, but the average attendee age is a lot lower at anime conventions, and I'm just not comfortable taking photos at those shows anymore.
Yeah, no, look, I can appreciate that. I get it. You want to be able to save face and not do anything weird or creepy at an anime convention.
I walked into one with all my gear ready to go, and I stopped in my tracks upon walking in and said, "I'll be right back. I'm putting all of this away." Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I have my phone. I will use that for the appropriate aged people, but I'm not taking pictures here.
It's so funny because it's not like there's an age of consent for pictures because it's people actively dressing up who want to get their picture taken. These are all young folk who want to get their picture taken by fans of the anime that you're watching. So they dress up as Free Ren. Oh, I want to take a picture of them. They dress up as, so-and-so. I want to take a picture of them. Or of them. No, not usually of them versus with them. So it is kind of funny that we feel uncomfortable when really that's kind of the point of why they're dressing up is because they want to have that attention. Well, and it's not like it's suggestive or like there's any kind of like, sexuality to it. It's
No.
just that they're dressed up as a thing, and then you want to take a picture of the person who's dressed up as the thing, because with anime, especially with anime cosplay, it's a lot of work. It's sewing. It's like getting the weapon right.
There's
it's
a lot
like
of intricacies.
making the sounds right. Yeah.
There's a lot of, and I think the anime folk, they do a great job on their cosplay. It's just it's harder for me to take pictures at an anime show.
I appreciate that. I understand. As a person who doesn't take pictures of anyone anyway, ever, it's easy for me to say like, yeah, whatever. Because I don't take pictures of cosplayers usually, unless there's a group of them, and then I'll take the picture. But if it's like individually, I normally don't take the picture because I don't want to go up to them and ask them or anything, because I'm like, too much work, too much interaction.
Sure. Something that I saw on some of the fan pages, people were talking about asking to take somebody's photo.
Yeah.
And I'm real big on two sides of the coin tonight. But on one side, yes, if you walk up to somebody, you should ask, hey, is it okay if I take your picture? Can I take your picture? Can I take your guys' pictures? Whatever. I do that all the time. But again, I also like to take candid photos, not fucking get your mind out of the gutter kind of candid, but like people shopping, people an artist interacting with a fan, what have you. I'm going to take that picture, and I'm not going to ask permission for it first because I want it to be natural, At the same time, if you look at the back of any badge, about the last third or in the middle, it says by purchasing this ticket, you have given up all rights to having your photo taken, because it's going to be taken. It's not what it says. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
So like, you don't have to ask permission. You just take people's pictures. Now,
it's courtesy.
It's etiquette to ask. Yes. But again, I'm like, hey, I want to get a really natural interaction of you guys interacting. So I'm going to take your picture in a second. So interact, I'm going to take the picture. Even at the photo, what is it? Like the costume contest.
Yes.
I wouldn't take pictures of children.
Yeah.
Like,
sure. I get it. Yeah.
I'm there for every photo. Click, 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 click. Kid. Nope.
Which is which I understand. I 100% understand that. What's so funny about it is when they do, and usually it's the parent doing it, but sometimes it's somebody else doing the photo or the video of the kid dressed as like the Mandalorian or dressed up as like whatever, and they're attacking someone. It's usually, actually, I think it's always the parent. I think it's very rarely anyone else taking those videos. Usually because it's from behind, so it's like, oh, we're walking with the kid. But those do happen to be the most popular photos and videos. But it's if you know the kid. Don't do it. Don't do it if you don't know the kid. But if they're on stage for the cosplay thing, I think it's okay.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
fine.
It is totally okay. It is totally okay. For me, it's not.
Yeah.
Not really speaking of, but kind of in the same vein of what you're talking about, there has been a family that has brought their child, their infant, the last couple years. They constructed it's like a cart, maybe a wagon, but they've elevated it so it's like chest high to the parent, and fashioned it to make it look like a Cabbage Patch. And then the infant sits inside the Cabbage Patch. It's a Cabbage Patch baby. Ha.
Yeah, makes sense. Mm-hmm.
And for the last 3 or 4, maybe 3 years, either way, I've seen them multiple times. And the kid is getting, and it's a awesome family cosplay. And I observe it. I'm like, oh, yep, I like that. I'm waiting for them to have another Cabbage Patch in there, another Cabbage Patch baby in the patch.
Right.
And how long are they going to keep this going for? because now I'm invested. That was probably like the most wholesome cosplay I saw all weekend. There was what was it? An Optimus Prime. That was like, it was like the Michael Bay samurai Optimus Prime, but still awesome to see someone on, stilts and all that gear taking the pictures, and that was cool.
I do like that they use stilts. Yeah.
Otherwise, no cosplay really stood out to me. That was like, holy crap. I mean, you always get the pyramid heads of both male and female varieties. There's always an Iron Man in different, again, varieties of Iron Man. No Hulkbuster, no Hulk. No artist to talk shit about me on stage this year. He wasn't even there.
Oh,
Write that down. Write this down, because we need to talk about it afterward.
okay. I'm writing it down.
Like I've said it 3 or 4 times now. Overall, just a great weekend. I had a blast. Can't wait to go do it again next year on different dates. I want to do more than 2 panels for the weekend. I didn't feel like I got that energy out.
It's so funny. You're really having a hard time balancing, because you didn't want to do a lot of panels originally, so you can go out and be on the floor.
Yeah,
and now you're like, I wish I did more panels.
I want to do more than 2. I want to do less than 15 and more than 2. But it's some sort of a balance of, maybe 1 a day.
Okay.
Man, that would be fine. 2 a day, 2 on certain days. Like, just it's. I guess maybe beforehand I hype myself up too much, so then I have all this energy, and then I don't feel like I really got it out. That I hyped myself up for. So, but hopefully there'll be another convention that comes up that needs my good looks in front of people again, and I can get it out then.
Yeah.
But I hope I've thrown some of our names, some of our friends' names into the hat this year.
Okay.
I'm really hoping it can go somewhere. I already gotten 1 follow-up question on it, so I'm hoping I'm on the right path. But I suggested to the comic director that Dirk Manning and Jay Fosgett come to Denver.
That'd be good. I'm sure Jay would especially like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. It's both guys have asked me for years how to get into this, the Denver show, regardless of its name and ownership. Yeah. They've asked me for years how to get into it. Dirk now being the publisher for Source Point, he can do panels all weekend talking about the comic world. And then Jay, not only being a illustrator, he's a cartoonist and a puppeteer. So, like, I think he would do wonderfully, because he almost always travels with Bodhi, his created puppet character, and he's good with all ages, but he does well with the younger crowd. And I think it would be good for FanX to bring them in.
I think so too. I think it's a really good idea if they did that. Yeah.
I didn't get any. This isn't the right place to bring this up, so I'm guessing I'm on the right path.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens, but I let Dirk know at least that, hey man, I'm trying. I have 0 pull, but I'm trying.
So why did you want me to?
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Later. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that unless you have anything else to bring up, I really don't. I mean, again, a great weekend. Spent some money, hung out with some friends, got to reconnect with people I only get to see sometimes at this show. Got to hang out downtown. That is one thing I do, and I've said this before, but I wish downtown Denver would get more invested when FanX is in town. Meaning, bring your badge, get a half off an appetizer or get a free appetizer at restaurants around downtown.
San Diego Comic-Con doesn't even do that.
With San Diego, you have what they call the gas lamp. Downtown San Diego basically is across the street from the convention center. They don't necessarily, do anything to bring you there, but there are enough places that were like, hey, show your badge. A couple of restaurants where show your badge, get an appetizer. Show your badge and, get this. So there is, and it works out that it is right across the street. Well, downtown Denver is literally, the convention center is in downtown, 2 blocks one direction, and you're on the main, what they call the mall. So I think it would be beneficial for downtown Denver to do something like that, to keep, you have 50,000 people, whatever the number is, some sort of double-digit thousand people in a convention center. They're all going to get on the train and go home unless you keep them there. And, downtown's always talking about how the shops and everything are struggling. Work with FanExpo to keep people downtown. Give them a reason to stay downtown. I would.
So the estimated number of people, attendees, and FanExpo Denver 2026, apparently, according to, I guess, I don't know where they're getting this information. FanExpoHQ.com maybe, I don't know. 110,000 attendees.
110?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's keeping average, really, with the last 10 years. The first year, 2012, I think it was 12,000 people showed up.
1,000 people.
And that mostly due to it being brand new, not doing a great job at advertising the first year. And yeah, that's really about it. Being the first year, not great advertising. Second year, tons of advertising, TV, radio, billboards. And the attendance jumped, I think, by 2 in 1 year. They were getting close to San Diego numbers. At the time. 110, I mean, that's pushing 10 years ago San Diego numbers, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
But no, it's a fun show. I like being there, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a home show for me, and now getting to be involved in it as well. It just like I said in the Instagram post, like, for not bad for a no-name podcaster.
Yeah.
Like, I've done something for people to remember and trust that I'm going to do a good job. So I like that. It makes me feel accomplished.
As you should. Yeah.
And in the picture I posted, the 2015 badge is an attendee badge. I'm pretty damn sure we had press badges for 2015 and 3-day passes. I'm having a hard time because I'm positive I've done press every year. They just sprang the table on us at the last second.
Or I don't remember. I mean, I have my badge somewhere.
Well,
I don't remember.
If you happen to find your badges, let me know if all we had were attendee badges for 2015.
Yeah.
Because that's all I have. That's all I have is an attendee, a 3-day
adult.
attendee badge.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, you have the 3-day, and then you have media all around it.
Mm-hmm. And
I know. You know what? No. We had media badges, and
Yeah.
the only reason why I know that is because I remember the word media on our badges. Just big media on our badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's very possible I gave away my badge to Stan because I know he was collecting them for a while, collecting badges from all over the place for his own little collection. So it's very possible I gave him mine, thinking I had another one. I don't know, but I don't have a media badge for 2015. But all the rest of them, like I said, it was nice. I was consolidating all my badges because I hang them on something and the thing was leaning over because it was getting too heavy. So I consolidated some of them, grouped them together better, and balanced everything out. And I was like, oh, I'm missing a badge. But that's gonna do it for this week, Francis. You got anything else to say?
No, we are consistently giving a little extra. Love you too, Ginger. Thanks again.
As always.
So I like that we gave a little we gave a little juice, more juice now.
Yeah.
We're no longer an hour-long podcast. We are now regularly, consistently an hour and a half.
Hey, man, give the people what they want that nobody's asking for.
Right. Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Like 45 minutes. No, an hour and a half.
It's funny. It's funny that I sit there and I not necessarily struggle through a 45-minute panel, but 45 minutes doing this is simple.
Yeah, because you're not lamenting your story. You're not telling a story. You're not telling like what's happened on a panel. A panel is different because you're not the focus. Everyone else is.
That is true. That is true. Sometimes you're sitting there and you're just like, oh, don't end your story. Keep talking, man. Keep talking.
Yeah.
You're talking too fast. Slow down. But where can the people find you on the internet?
Oh, one place only, because it has all of my stuff on it. Linktree.com/aka the other guy for all things of my social media, as well as where you can buy my books. Yeah, please. Again, award-winning books, all anthologies. You get you whenever you buy a book, you get like 17 stories. One of which is mine, actually. Of the 4 books, I have a story in each book. So there you go. Check it out. You'll have a good time. People seem to like it. I get nice reviews. So go check it out at linktree.com/aka the other guy.
Do it. Support local. Well, he's local to his area, like I am to mine.
Yeah, you're local to yours.
Support your local artists. You can find me at linktree.com/the303ninja for all things me and points of interest that I really need to update more. But there will be some pictures coming up of FanExpo 26 soon. I'm actually trying to edit them for real. I'm trying to learn editing.
Good, nice. Okay.
I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm probably messing things up more than I'm fixing them. But I'm trying. Again, thanks to everybody that is involved with FanExpo for letting me do the thing that I do in front of my home city, in front of my peoples. I don't have any peoples, but it gives me a chance to get in front of people and not be shy, even though I kind of am. But otherwise, hit us up. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We like interaction. It's fun. It's interactive. We'll be back next week. I got nothing else to say. I'm trying to stretch this out, but I'm done. We're out of here. See you guys.
You'd stop doing that.
Well, we don't have to because the song's ending. See, we stretched it, and now we're gonna end because the song's ending. Bye.